And that's why I found it lame yesterday when Ambassador Umar Damagun was talking about leaders being responsible for the crisis in the party. And I said he should just ask himself that question. He's the one that is in court against the party. He's the one that has put his foot on another man's foot. And I say, remove your foot. He said, I will not remove it. But sorry. But the foot is on the other man's foot. So,
please break it down for us and our viewers. What do you mean he's the one that is on another man's shoe? Explain.
No, I didn't say on another man. I said he has put his foot on another man's foot.
Okay, on another man's foot.
And the man said, so take away your foot. So, he said, no, I will not take it away, but I'm sorry.
You mean Damagun?
Yes, that's what is happening.
Okay, so explain.
Okay,
break it down.
It's very straightforward. It's a very straightforward issue, Nkoli. The North Central is supposed to produce the substantive chairman that will replace Senator Yoche Ayu. Damagun is from the Northeast. The constitution of the party, as amended in 2017, is unambiguous, it's very clear. Forget the spinning that anybody is doing. It's very clear, it's unambiguous. It says that the zone that produced the last person, that zone will bring a replacement through the executive at that level. That's what the constitution says. All these things that they have to come and they have to go to the convention. How did he go to convention to become an acting national chairman? The answer is no. So there's injustice, and you cannot be claiming that you are healing the wound of that injustice, whereas you have refused to go back and occupy your own position into which you are elected. Look, I have been on this campaign, Nkoli, and I'm sure you are aware. Our last discussion on this platform centered on that. Those who are encouraging the injustice cannot come around and say that they are blaming certain leaders. Which leaders are you blaming? Who are you blaming? Okay, you do your own part, first and foremost. Come out today and say, oh, I've gone back to my position. I'm talking about Senator Sam Dadi. They say you went to contest election in Ada's state, in Imo. And you came back and you want to occupy that position. Your zone says that, no, you cannot come back and occupy that position. Already you have nominated somebody. And you say no. So the matter went to court, went to Federal High Court, both in Enugu and I guess in Abuja. And at the end of it all, both sides got judgment. The lawyer was a court of coordinated jurisdiction. So the next thing, Senator Ayawu went to the Court of Appeal to say that the judgment that Ude Okoye got should be vacated. The Court of Appeal ruled against him and said, no, Okoye has become the substantive national secretary. So Senator Ayawu went back to the same Court of Appeal to ask for a stay of execution, meaning that don't allow the party to implement the decision of the Court of Appeal as delivered by the Enugu. And it was expected, according to lawyers, to have appeal at Enugu where Ude Okoye got the judgment. But the President of the Court of Appeal transferred the matter to Abuja. And the President of the Court of Appeal, presiding, did not grant a stay of execution. Rather, he said status quo should remain until 27th of January. In between all this, between the 20th of December that Ude Okoye got judgment, he had appeared at the party national secretariat that he has come to assume office. But notwithstanding, they say, okay, go and stay. They say, okay, let status quo remain. Even defining the status quo was a problem for the party. The majority of the NWC members said, as far as they are concerned, Ude Okoye has resumed. But it went on that lane. The President of the Court of Appeal said, okay, we are granting the status. But the decision, as per the stay of execution that you have brought before us, will be decided on the 27th of January. I guess today is 30th of January already. No decision has been made. So the life of the decision that is expected on 27th has not come into being. We heard that Ayawu has gone to the Supreme Court. Oh, all well and good. But let's obey let the party obey the Court of Appeal decision. Pending when the Supreme Court will bring whether a superior judgment or whatever to the Court of Appeal decision. These are the issues.
Okay, but looking at what transpired at the Secretariat, Kola, I mean, our reviewers say these things happen in politics is not something new, but it's also a tragedy that it's been allowed to stay. I mean, the Opposition Lawmakers Coalition spokesperson, Uguchinyere Kenga, came out to say that it was a childish thing to have been seen and the disruption was not needed. But also positioned this conversation at the doorstep of Senator Samuel Anyanwu being the one to have perhaps sponsored it or enabled his followers to create aggressive behavior. But again, you also see Ude Okoye's members of his supporters group also in that space. What does this tell about the kind of politics that we also practice? Should it come down to this level,
I think what happened was totally indecent and very tragic. And I say so because, like we have looked at the issue of the judgments that have come from the courts. Well, if we are normal people, so to say, what is there in obeying a court order? And the People's Democratic Party is a party of record when it comes to obeying court orders. If we say, okay, we'll take this first. I was in the National Working Committee for 4 years under the leadership of Uche Secondus. Uche Secondus will always insist, let us follow what the law says so that we don't go wrong. We must not err on the side of the law. Consistently, when issues like this arise, that will be the position of Uche Secondus. What does the law say? What has the court decided? So what is the challenge? What is the problem in obeying a court decision? Why must we follow one man? Why must we decide that, it's what that man says that the party will, irrespective of what the law says? So this is not the PDP that I covered as a journalist. This is not the PDP that I was elected into as a member of the working committee.